following program is an exclusive Disruption Networks production.
The Property Sisters of the Mohawk Valley was born when 3 top producing agents with over 25 years of combined experience selling real estate joined forces to take real estate to the next level. We practice with honesty, integrity, and the knowledge to help make the buying and selling process easy and stress-free for all of our clients. We pledge to always make our clients our top priority from start to finish and even after the house is closed. We will always be a valued resource for information and assistance for our buyers and sellers. Our customers over the years have become not only past clients, but great friends. As we join hands together as the Property Sisters of the Mohawk Valley, we look forward to serving our clients and our community and making a positive difference. You can reach us at 315-601-9630 for all of your real estate needs.
Hi, this is attorney Nick Pasalacqua. The team of attorneys I have assembled at Pasalacqua & Associates has been carefully hand-picked to include the best trial attorneys in the particular areas of the law that we practice. Have you been charged with DWI or any other crime? Members of our team include former assistant district attorneys, now fighting to protect your rights 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Have you or someone you love been seriously injured in a motor vehicle accident? Members of the team at Pasalacqua & Associates include former insurance defense attorneys, now fighting to ensure that you get every penny you're entitled to. If you need legal help quick, don't waste your time or money calling anyone else. Remember, for legal help quick, you better call Nick and the team at Pasalacqua & Associates. 315-500-NICK or 315-500-6425 or visit cnytriallaw.com today.
Attention listeners, EC Radio is not responsible for unwanted pregnancies, alcoholism, domestic situations, missing brain cells, amplified voices in your head, weakened bladders, bloodshot eyes, STDs, PTSDs, ADHD, HIV, ESPNs, CNNs, rapid head movements, and spontaneous human combustion.
Welcome to EC Radio Podcast. We would like to thank all of our sponsors for joining the Disruption team, and we hope that you will support all of our sponsors. And of course, we appreciate you listening to this program.
Disruption Networks. EC Radio. Disruption Networks.
Que paso, amigos? It's happening. EC Radio. Tuesday edition. June 12th, 2018. I get that song stuck in my head on the daily regular. Sometimes I hear it in my sleep. What's up, everybody? Z here, hanging. How are you? Hope you're enjoying your Tuesday. Joining me, as always, my tag team partner, my mans, my dude, my broham, my partner, co-host.
Thought you cut out for a second.
I did cut out. I forgot what the hell I was going to say. Chicken's joining me, like always.
What's up?
How you doing, bud?
I'm doing good, man.
Yeah?
Weather, that's...
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a nice string of weather for us for the next couple of days. I think tomorrow's
tomorrow's going to be a shit show. But
yeah, but who knows? You never know. You never know, but it looks good, and it's about damn time. We suffer enough in the winter. But joining us in a little bit, Chris Mandry, my street rock brother, and I've got all the Chris Mandry greatest hits queued up, at least 3 or 4 of them.
Volume 1.
Volume 1, yes. I've got them all queued up and ready to go, and for people that have never seen some of the videos he's posted on YouTube throughout the years, we'll be playing a few of them, and he goes crazy. Mandry gets a little crazy. We got a Pink Schneider interview. We're gonna show the one from Modown and
Pink Schneider.
You gotta.
I haven't seen Pink Schneider in a long time, man.
Hopefully he makes an appearance today. Hopefully he does. Chicken, there's so much going on right now. Just the energy in like Utica, the vibe. It's a little vibrant downtown. There's foot traffic, and people are walking around and shuffling and moving around.
Construction everywhere.
There's construction. Construction equals progress.
Yes, it's annoying right now, but it's going to get better.
But it's going to get better.
Showing things are actually moving up in the city.
There's a lot of things happening right now, and including us here at the D, we've got many, many different things going on. We've got a few events happening.
More coming up as well.
Ton of events on the horizon. We've got a lot of stuff happening. I am looking forward to a few things that we got going on. The first thing, well, we should go in order, right?
Sure.
Summerfest.
Yes.
Summerfest is coming up. Now,
that's when I can't wait to be a part of.
Yeah. Bringing back the vibe of good old summertime. That's going to happen, and we're going to be broadcasting live there. It's June 21st through the 23rd. We're going to be hanging out. We got our little spot picked out. I think they're going to put us in, like, media row. She's going to have a couple other media sources out there. I don't really consider us media. It's just...
We play well with
yeah, we're going to hang out. Those are probably our friends in that little row.
Right.
Hanging up, so we're going to have a good old time over there. Anyways, Summerfest is going on. Gina, as a matter of fact, the organizer from Summerfest, is going to join us next week.
She's coming out.
We're going to go through the whole list of everything she's got going on. We're going to comb through that whole damn festival.
Wow.
And we're going to talk about
She's got
everything
a lot
that's
going
going to
on.
happen. She does. There's a lot going on. There's going to be some alcoholic beverages, which I don't think ever was a thing back in the day with good old summertime. I don't remember. Do you remember drinking at good old summertime?
I was so young.
Yeah, but you know what? Honestly, it stopped probably like 2004, 2005, 2004.
I
maybe.
moved for a few years, and
Did it?
I
it's always. Oh, you moved.
Yes.
I gotcha.
So I don't know. And then
You don't
at that
remember?
time,
I don't remember drinking going on. If anybody out there is tuning in and has that answer for me, let me know. 'Cause I don't.
I mean,
remember.
maybe it was just me drinking.
Back in the day, they used to have the Battle of the Bands,
Yeah.
the Miss Greater Utica pageant,
The waiter contest.
the waiter contest, the bet
bed
race.
races.
There was a lot of fun going on down there. So we'll see. It's going to be a great time, though. Summerfest, June 21st, 22nd, 23rd. Right there, downtown Utica, blocking off the street. We got the city trailer coming in, that stage. Yep. And she's got some sick music coming. She's got a badass funk band on Thursday. When you hear that word funk band, you know it's going to be a party. Funk equals party.
Yep.
It's kind of this.
It's the booty moving.
It's get the booty moving, right. It's the same language. Funk party. Boom.
Milky White.
It's going to be a funky white party. No, it's going to be a funky everything. Milky white booty. Thanks, chicken.
I should have waited till Mandry was here.
Yeah. But yeah, Summerfest is going to be a funky good time on Thursday night. The 21st of June. 22nd of June, she's bringing up a heavyweight. Jimmy Vivino. Sick guitar
Conan
player.
O'Brien. Yep.
Sick guitar player. Dude's badass. We were talking to Al the other day, Al from Mo, over at Relay for Life.
Yep.
Told him Jimmy Vivino was coming. He was like, really? Like, he was shocked.
Wow. When he's shocked,
Right.
it says something. So,
One badass player praising another badass guitar player,
Yep. Absolutely, man. So it's going to be a good show.
It's going to be a sick show.
I'm excited. When I'm like, Jimmy Vivino, why do I know that name?
He's been around forever. In fact, we should dig up his accolades because the guy's played with... I'm going to do it right now, chicken. How do you spell his name?
Yeah. V-I-V.
We need interns around here. If anybody want to intern for us here at the T, we need some interns around here. We need people that can help us out. We definitely are looking for help. And if you're interested in maybe doing a podcast or doing a webcast or something like that, and you want to learn the ropes and get out there and you're an inspiring podcaster, hit us up because I need some help right now. I really do. We all can use it. All right, so I'm digging it up right now. Well, Conan O'Brien.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's a composer. He's played with a lot of dudes. Associated acts. There it is. Max Weinberg, Tonight Show, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Well, Max Weinberg.
Frankie and the G Strings, the Black Italians. He plays with. I'm not making these names up. It says the Black Italians. Oh, that's great. And Levon Helm Band. He played with Levon. So that's insane. Speaking of Levon Helm, his daughter Amy, I got to give a plug out to my creative concert people. They're having a big thing at Good Nature Brewery on Sunday with Amy Helm, Levon's daughter, over at Good Nature Brewery in Hamilton. So check that out. That's going to be pretty badass. But Jimmy Vivino, the Black Italians.
Black Italians. I love it. I love it.
That's a band name I'd come up with. I love that. I want to be in the Black Italians. I think it'd be great.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
How long ago was that band?
The Black Italians. You think they got all funky names? Like Tyrone Guccione, Jermaine Leone.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I guess it's no different than Shaquille O'Neal.
No, I guess not. But the Black Italians. So yeah, He's another one coming down to Summerfest, and that one is June 22nd. Jimmy Vivino's going to be down there rocking it out, and you've seen him on Conan O'Brien pretty much every night. If you watch Conan O'Brien, you've seen him.
Oh yeah,
he's on after
every
Jimmy
night.
Fallon. Speaking of which, I gotta make mention on the subject really quick about late night television. Alexander Ovechkin just won the Stanley Cup, and he's been partying all over. He's on like a 3-day, 4-day bender right now. The guy hasn't slept at all. He's just been sleeping with the cup, drinking out of it. Last night on Fallon, they had Jimmy Fallon doing keg stands out of the cup last night.
Nice.
It was hilarious. Ovi and Braden Holby. Pretty cool. He's been partying with that. It's been pretty cool to watch Ovechkin party with that cup. He deserved it. He did.
Absolutely.
He did. Of course, I was rooting for Vegas, but when it comes down to it and watching him celebrate it like he has right now, and he's just all over the place. He was in the Washington Nationals game, like in the outfield, in the bleachers or whatever, doing keg stands with it out there, and just they're partying. They're going crazy. Imagine that, though. You win the Stanley Cup, but not only do you win the Stanley Cup, but you win it in Las Vegas, which is the greatest party city in all America. Yep. It really is.
Instant party.
Instant party.
You know,
imagine what that party was like.
I feel like if we're the NBA or the NFL, there would have been multiple arrests already.
Yeah.
There would have been multiple arrests.
You think so?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Like one of the players would have picked up a prostitute, or got drunk and got.
Well,
in a
that's
fist
what the
fight
thing in
somewhere.
hockey. There was prostitutes, and they keep that under wraps probably. No, I'm kidding. I have no idea. It's Vegas, so of course there's prostitutes. Anyways, no, but what a party though. What a party that's gotta be. You win the Stanley Cup in Las Vegas. Wow, unbelievable. It would have been even more of a party if the Golden Knights won it though. That town would have.
It would have
ignited.
erupted.
That would have ignited. Dayman, what's happening, buddy? Dayman's checking in. Dayman Baumgartner.
What's up?
Oh, thanks for checking in, brother. Good to hear from you. Our guest is going to be, I think he just pulled up, actually. Our guest, Chris Mandry, will be joining us in a little bit. But I do got to mention, before he does get in here, not only we got Summerfest coming up, June 21st through the 23rd. We're going to be there all weekend broadcasting. But we've got a new series that's going to be starting up, and our very first episode of the series is going to happen Tuesday, June 26th. It's called The Grub and Gab.
Yep.
And the first one's going to be at, tell them about it, Chicken.
It's going to be at Old Babies, June 26th, Tuesday. What are we starting to party at, like 5 o'clock?
Yeah, we'll be there for a while hanging out.
5 o'clock, we're going to go live on location. Round 6, we're going to get the challenge going.
Yes.
We're
The
gonna get
Goliath Challenge.
So, which is, their normal size focaccia sandwich, which I can only eat half of.
Yeah.
It's 3 times the meat, 3 times the toppings, and it comes with like a pound of fries, and you have to put it down with a 2-liter soda or a 40 ounce of beer.
Yeah.
And we're going to set the new bar. So I think Mandry's going to be doing this.
Mandry, you down for a food challenge?
Nothing like being thrown right under the
Right under as soon as you got in, man. We didn't even hang on, I gotta unmute you first.
He said yes.
You would be down for a food challenge?
Could you define food challenge?
This one's a good one.
It's a really good.
Am I eating or
Have you been to Old Babies?
Yes.
It's 4126 Oneida Street. They're on the border of Utica and New Hartford.
They got a lot of great gluten-free products.
They do. You're absolutely right. They do. And they won the wing competition.
Did
And
they really?
Yeah.
Nice.
And they won some fish fry competition as well.
Their
But they got
potato chip
amazing
is
food. Laura is doing amazing things down there, and that girl's a hardworking girl. But this is the Goliath sandwich, and it's triple the size of their normal sandwich. Do you know how big their sizes are? The baby one is like a normal size to anybody else, but then if you get the large, it's like double that. So this is like triple that.
Okay.
And it's like stacked a foot high. And it's stacked with like, I don't know, 8 different meats and 4 different cheeses, plus lettuce and tomatoes and everything else you would put on a sandwich.
That sounds good. If there's no bread, I'd totally do it.
It's focaccia bread, right? It's on a focaccia bread. Yeah, it's on a focaccia. And then you got to eat a basket of fries.
Okay.
I know. After all that, you got to eat a basket of fries.
How many days do you have?
A half hour.
Oh, my God.
Originally, it was a half hour. Nobody's been able to do it yet. So now, whoever does it the quickest and lives, you set the new bar.
You set the new bar, and that's the
Nice.
challenge that they're going to keep going. And they've had this challenge going for a while. but they've never set the bar for it. They don't know the time on it. They were setting it at like a half hour. It's like, oh my God, nobody can do this in a half hour. Plus, you get to wash it down with a 2-liter bottle of soda.
Oh, you can?
Or a 40-ounce beer.
Wow.
Yeah. So bring like OE or something. What would be your go-to 40 chicken?
Go-to.
If you were in this competition,
Mad Dog.
you're like, Mad Dog.
Ooh, too sweet.
Oh my God.
They don't make UC Light in a
You'd have a
40. do
diabetic stroke.
They don't make UC Light in a 40, do they?
No, they don't. Wonder if you could bring your own. Put it in like a jug of like a
growler?
Yeah. I wonder if that would be eligible.
Maybe. Because I'm thinking I want something a little lighter. You know, like a lighter 40.
Colt 45.
Are there light 40s?
That's what I'm saying. Like, that'd be tough. Because like, you don't want like a heavy beer because it'll set real bad with.
Can you bring a couple deuces?
A deuce?
You know? Like,
is that a couple deuces?
Like,
deuce?
Like Old
yeah,
English?
Yeah. Can you bring a deuce? Deuce? I'm thinking almost like Heineken. You could probably get something like that in like 22-ounce, 24-ounce bottles, that kind of a thing.
Yeah, they make those giant
down.
cans too now, the 24-ounce cans, the big boys.
Yeah.
Can you bring 2 of those?
But you have to bring them in the back of your car. I got the deuce.
Because I associate 40 ounces of beer with malt liquor, don't you?
Yeah,
Yeah, usually,
100%.
yeah.
So does it have to be a malt liquor, or can you just chuck down a beer? So we're going to have to find these out. These are important
I
questions.
think it's more the,
Hell yeah.
I don't think it's so much like the content of, if it's a malt liquor or a beer.
Mhm.
I think it's more
The size.
the size.
Yeah.
It has to be a beer, I'm sure. You're not going to bring a milkshake or something like that. You know what I mean? So it's got to be like some sort of beer. You know what I mean?
These are questions Masucci is going to ask us.
Oh, yeah.
Like, so we got to be
He wants to know if
prepared.
he could dip his fries in it.
Yeah,
He probably has like a checklist of like questions he asks before he gets in there.
he did 40 chicken
Because
nuggets
otherwise
that
I'd go
day.
with like a Boone's Farm.
A Boone's Farm.
Just slam a Boone's Farm,
I did 40 chicken nuggets once.
40?
It was
And how long?
At Wendy's. Oh, as quick as I could eat them. It was after a basketball game in high school. A bunch of us went to Wendy's, and I got 20. And I'm like, well, that was good. And I got another 20. Crushed them.
Imagine.
But that was in my, eat a box of fry offers a day,
Yeah.
you
burn that off.
point. Yeah. God, yeah. Took me 15 years, but
But the Grub and Gab, that's going to happen Tuesday, June 26th from 5 to 8. Come on down. We got to talk about what the prizes get.
Yeah.
The prize is the winner. This is cool, Mandry. This is why you should get in this competition. Because we are giving away a golden ticket from Oh Babies. It's a sandwich a month for a year.
wow.
Yes.
Yes. And tickets to get the let out
Nice.
at the brewery on August 10th. Plus, you get your picture on the wall. You get a T-shirt. You get all these accolades from Oh Babies. And, they've got a wall of people who've never
You
done it
become the
before.
new
It's
standard.
It's there's nobody on the wall.
So you're
going to be
number
on the wall.
one.
You're going to be number one.
Wow.
You're going to be on the wall. You're going to be the only one on the wall right
You're going to
now.
be Oh Baby famous.
Yeah.
You are going to be like
And, yeah.
Mandry, the man of the year.
And D famous.
And
You can be-
And D
you can-
famous,
Yeah,
yeah.
you can be famous on the D. You're already famous on the D.
Yeah, I love the way you work on the D.
Yeah.
Thanks.
But you get some cool accolades and stuff like that. So we do have a little prize pack that we're throwing out there. And I think we're going to have like a cornhole throwing contest. Not a whole competition of cornhole, but we're going to do distance.
Nice.
We're gonna do
Distance?
Distance, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we're going to see how far people could chuck it.
Damn.
Yeah. And that's actually going to be to benefit a guy who works at Old Babies that has stage 4 cancer right now.
Yep.
Damn.
So we're going to do a little benefit tie into that
Nice.
as well. So we got a bunch of things going on, as well as our DJs are going to be there. DJ East One and the whole D crew will be there. So this is all going down Tuesday, June 26th from 5 to 8 p.m. That's at Old Baby's Gourmet Sandwich Shop. It's 4126 Oneida Street over in New Hartford. Right
This
on
will be
the
a lot
border
of
of New
fun.
Hartford and Utica. What's that?
This is going to be a lot of fun.
I
This
can't
is
wait.
going to be a blast.
I can't wait. It's going to be
I'd
a good
say
time.
it's
We'll be outside. It'll be a nice day. And
Best tasting food challenge ever.
Mhm.
Here.
Oh, hands
yeah.
down.
Easy. But I'm just really curious on like the strategy people are going to take. Like, are somebody's going to go with a beer? Like we were just saying, like, what beer would you go with? Are they going to put that kind of thought into it, or are they just going to go to their go-to?
What's a good dunking beer?
Right. Or are they going to go straight to the meat and just like pick the meat out first, and then like just suck the bread down, or make a smaller sandwich so they can eat it better? Like that's kind of what you got to think about here, because
Absolutely. Strategy is super important.
you got to put it all down, but you also got to win that time. And do you just put like fries right on the sandwich?
Ooh,
Damn.
that's killing 2 birds with 1 stone.
Right.
And then dipping it all at the same time.
Yeah.
That's like 3 birds with 1 stone.
I Because like trying
Damn.
to eat that whole big
I
sandwich
wish I didn't just eat.
as a sandwich.
We sit here and make ourselves hungry on the show daily by talking about food. You know that.
But like just trying to fit all that meat in your mouth, giggity. I don't know if you could do it. Like you're 3 times the meat.
Yeah.
So you almost have to remove some of that meat out of there before you bite into it.
You mean eat it individually? Like eat all the roast beef at once, then all the turkey, then
I'll
all,
just eat the meat and like
all the olive loaf.
Olive loaf. Damn. Yeah, maybe. I wonder if there's any kind of way to like chop it all up and make it like a sandwich salad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
sandwich salad. I get what you're talking. Then just eat it with a fork.
Yeah, eat it like a bowl of ice cream or something.
Like they do at Subway. You guys ever have a salad at Subway? I did for the first time.
They have salad
And they
at
got
Subway?
these, yeah. They got these 2 chopper things. You just throw everything you want. You get normal. I got Italian BMT. It was the
DMT.
ham BMT. Yeah, I wish. That'd be a great Subway. And they got these 2 hand things that they just chop up all the food with, and it just clumps it all together. It's like a big. Reminds me of like borscht.
Borscht?
You familiar with borscht?
No.
I don't know. I've never had it either, but it's some kind of
heard of it.
Polish. You should check that out.
I would like to see what borscht is. Yeah,
I would like to know. I think
would
it's
check
like
that out.
eggs and sauce or soup or something. I don't know. It's kind of weird Polish
Borscht.
thing.
But you might be onto something there. So like you put the French fries on the bottom, and you make it like a salad type thing on top, and just go eat at it with a fork.
That would be the way to do it.
Yeah.
Well, I want to see what Masucci's technique is going to be.
Yeah.
We'll find out. But it's going to be a fun day. I was talking to the Nathan hot dog eating competitors at the Taste of Syracuse a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
And the thing they were complaining about is the Nathan hot dogs, when they're shoving them down their throat, they're cold. They're not warm. They've been sitting out for about an hour before they finally get to the stage. They got to get everybody ready, and there's a lot of hot dogs to prep. So by the time they get to the stage, you got to get used to eating a cold dog.
Man, they're picky.
Yeah, but then again, like if they're hot, they'll be harder to eat. You won't be able to eat them as quickly.
Well, not hot, but at least
Warm.
a little bit warmer because there's no taste. That's why a lot of guys use like sweet tea, or they'll use Kool-Aid or something as their dunker
Well, they just
instead
have
of
to,
water.
They just have to switch to hot tea. I get some nice warm
Well,
dog.
they'll use it like a drink like that to
Dip it in.
change up the flavor a little bit instead of a cold dog.
Yeah, yeah. That's got to be a little. It's got to be a little rough.
It's going to be a fun competition, that's for sure.
Well, how many hot dogs did the winner eat?
And Syracuse,
Yeah.
45 in
Damn.
10 minutes.
That's crazy. Bun too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
But Joey Chestnut ate like 75 on 4th of July. In fact, the guy that
I
won,
watched it, yeah.
the guy that won goes on to the Brooklyn, the Coney Island
Really?
hot dog eating on ESPN and stuff.
Oh, it's some serious stuff then.
Yeah, it was. But the guy
Right.
ate like 45 compared to Joey Chestnut ate 75.
Right.
The guy ate two.
And that was just a regular dinner meal. So,
You know what baffles me too? Listen to this one. 257 powdered donuts in 5 minutes.
oh my
What?
God.
257 donuts in 5 minutes.
Wow.
Joey Chestnut.
That's insane.
Insane.
Like just the amount of powder.
Right. And you got to dig
You
up
see
the
him
picture.
fart just powder.
Well, you got to see the after
4
picture.
pounds of
'cause
powder.
he has this ring around his face of just he looks like a Muppet. He just got this ring around his face of just powdered sugar. Search that. It's a funny picture.
Looks like he was like eating out Cruella de Vil or some kind of.
Look like a Cheech and Chong video.
Right. Man. We got a lot of fun things happening here around the D. But one fun thing happening right now is Chris Mandry's in the
What's up,
studio
guys?
with
Thanks
us.
for having me.
This is exciting. You look great, bro.
Thanks.
You've been exercising. You've been
Been doing the keto
active.
diet.
Go ahead. Please explain this keto diet for me. I feel like this
Sure.
is the new trend.
So I
Like an
started it.
Atkins thing, right?
Kind of, yeah. So I started it January 1st, and let me start by saying I am not a nutritionist. I am not a scientist of any kind. I actually just watch a lot of Joe Rogan. That's pretty much where it's at. There's actually this guy that's on there. If anybody's curious about it, check out either Tim Ferriss podcast or Joe Rogan podcast with Dom DiAgostino. That's where I get a lot of my information from. So what it is basically is super high fat and about 85% fat, 10% protein, 5% carbs. So, and it's like normal calories. So like I'll wake up in the morning And in my coffee, I put a tablespoon of coconut oil, tablespoon of butter, and a tablespoon of MCT oil, which is like a coconut extract type of oil. So it's basically like 60 grams of fat right there. And that just sets me going for the entire day. So like,
And you're running on that.
yeah, or and then I'll eat. I eat a lot of kale, a lot of olive oil, a lot of avocado, lamb, ton of lamb, cheese, bacon, steak. It's like, I don't know, it's easy. And for me, like the mental focus that I get, my brain is just firing constantly. It really it feels great. But so basically the idea is that by taking in fat, your body learns to burn fat.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're taking in stuff like refined carbohydrates or any kind of sugar, so like bread, pasta, even rice and quinoa, that kind of stuff I haven't had. I went 2 months without a cheat day or anything. Quit drinking completely. Now when I drink, it'll be on occasion. Usually
Which
once a week.
we'll talk about one of your occasions soon.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sure we could talk about plenty of those occasions in the last 3 days. So the idea is to eat a lot of fat, and you train your body to burn fat, and it runs off of fat. And the idea there is that fat is a much slower burning kind of energy, so that as opposed to like bread or pasta, where it turns I'm pretty sure it turns into glycogen and sugar, and so that burns much faster. So that's why, like fighters, for example, used to I'm sure a lot of them still do. They'll eat a lot of carbs after their weight cut to get energy quick, and they have that quick energy, and that's also similar to runners and like Boilermaker and that kind of thing. But once you burn that, your body craves it, and it's looking for it again. That's why you get starving after a little bit. When you're eating fat and doing what I'm doing, I have a ton of control over my appetite. Like I'll do intermittent fasting sometimes too, and I'll go a day without eating anything, just drinking
Water.
Coffee, and it's
Just drinking coffee?
just black coffee. And I'll have like a couple cups just to kind of get things going. I just got some pink Himalayan sea salt too, which I don't know if that's doing anything, but we'll find out.
Sounds good.
So it's you have a ton of control over your appetite. You don't get tired after meals because you don't have that insulin spike. So like I just ate literally 20 minutes ago. I had this massive salad from Grapevine. Got some bread and tzatziki for you.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
Yeah, and chicken. You guys can share.
Thanks, Chris.
You're welcome, man. I always try to bring a little. Usually I pull it out of my pocket, but
And usually it's frozen, and it's like, here, I got you some beef stew.
it smells up the whole place.
And it's in a baggie, and it's frozen. It's been sitting in this refrigerator for like 3 months, and you're like, here.
Enjoy.
There's a question out there. Jay Stevens wants to know if Pink Schneider abides by the same rules.
Oh yeah. Oh,
He
well,
does?
pink Himalayan sea salt.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty much.
Duh.
They harvest it at Pink Snyder's house.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's actually his toenail clippings. Yeah, so I've been doing that since January 1st. I've lost like 30 pounds.
30 pounds,
yeah,
huh?
which is crazy. I'm looking at you two guys. You guys both look amazing too. I was telling Chicken the other day.
Chicken's got huge news today, actually.
Crazy. Oh yeah.
Huge news.
219, under 220. My goal was 220. I'm under, so 219.
He hasn't seen 219 since he's 10 years old.
Right.
That's awesome, man. Congratulations.
So, I'm a little pumped. But now I look down, I'm like, shit, I got about another 20, 30 to go. So,
But
yeah, I'm pumped, man. That's great.
That's awesome, man. Congrats.
Yeah.
But yeah, it feels good. I exercise really only a couple days a week. I'll go to the gym, try to run a mile or two, and do some. Really, just been focusing on either push-ups, pull-ups, squats, just like a few kind of main exercises. Not really killing myself yet, and eventually maybe I'll kick it up a little bit. But right now, just being kind of comfortable. I like to push myself a little bit, but I don't want to discourage myself because I overwhelm myself pretty easily.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. I'm well aware.
Yeah.
I'm well aware. But no, you're doing good, man. You look great.
Thanks,
Keep
man.
it up.
Appreciate
Keep
it.
up all the good work. We want to talk about your incredible night that you had recently.
Yep.
You had a wild one. Can we start with the backstory though? Because there's a backstory with all this.
Okay.
There's a tweet out there or something. Didn't you tweet one of your guys to be on the lookout for this guy in the front row type of thing?
Yeah. So, I mean, we can even go back. So I got a crazy Nick Swartzen story.
Okay.
Actually, if you're familiar with Nick Swartzen, roller skating Terry from Reno 911. So that was even. I mean, we could even go back. You want me to start at the very beginning and how that came? And then,
there's lead-ins to all this, right?
Okay, so I did the 311 cruise last year.
Okay.
And one of the days there was this costume party, whatever. The next day, I made the most out of the party. So the next day I woke up in the same clothes I was wearing, which was a one-piece American flag jumpsuit.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm walking up to the buffet, and I'm just super hungover, but I just had to get out of my bed and like had to get some food. So as I'm walking up, the boat's like sloshing around like crazy, like super choppy. So I fall backwards. I start like falling backwards, and somebody grabs my back. And he's like, "You all right, buddy?" And I turn around, it's Nick Swartzen. I'm like, "Yeah, man, thank you." So I go up and get some food, and this other guy who saw us was like, "Hey, man, I'm gonna go have breakfast with Nick. You want to join us?" I'm like, I guess so. Yeah, I'll try not to.
Are you completely
throw up.
inebriated right now?
I am. At this point, I was completely hungover.
Okay.
And the boat's been sloshed around, so I'm starting to get a little seasick, and I'm just trying to really not throw up. Like that was my goal. So then I sit down with Nick and this other guy and have breakfast with him. I end up talking to Nick Swartzen for probably like 45 minutes to an hour. He's like eating food off my plate. We're like breaking balls, and like the busser comes over, and I had my hand in my head, and I gave him a plate, and I gave him silverware. I'm giving him one piece at a time. Then I start giving him clean silverware. Then Nick starts giving him like ketchup, and it was really fucking. That was funny. So
if only you filmed all that.
So I know, right? So that was that, and that was cool. And then like every now and then I'll throw him a tweet, like, "Hey, 311 breakfast buddy, blah blah blah," and he's liked a few, and so I went to go see him up in Albany, and that was cool. I missed the show, but afterwards I tweeted him something like, tried to get VIP. I got at the very end of the night, they had all the people who got VIP meet and greet to stay there, and I could have just went down there and acted like I had it and bribed them, but I was like, it was just awkward. I was not in the right state of mind to be trying stuff like that. So I ended up tweeting him and responded. I ended up going to see him at Foxwoods the next week, and afterwards, and he was hilarious. I was crying laughing. I was crying laughing.
He's a funny guy.
So afterwards, I'm about to leave, and I'm about to go down this elevator, and I see this restaurant to the side, and it looked like this place that I worked in Nashville called Chewy's. It was the same kind of logo. I'm like, is this a fucking Chewy's? Like, what is going on over here? So I'm like, let me go check it out. So I walk over there, and as I walk over, his opening act comes up, and sits down, and I look over, and there's Nick and opening act, and I don't know, a couple of his buddies or whatever. So I'm like, that's cool. So I'm like, all right, I'll just get a drink. So I got a drink. Started talking to this one guy who was basically incoherent. We're watching the Celtics game. It was the Celtics-Cavs game 6, I want to say, and
they were robbed.
Yes, yeah, it was. Well, I don't know. Kyrie Irving should have been at that last game at home, I think, but. Yeah. So I started talking to this guy, and I'm like, all right, have a good one, excuse myself. And he was a nice fellow, but definitely out of it. And so I'm walking out, and I'm like, all right, I'm just going to say hi to Nick, see if he remembers me or whatever, So I walk up, I'm like, hey, man, really funny tonight. And he's just looking at me like, who is this fucking guy? I go, you remember me? He goes, no. I'm like, we have breakfast together on the cruise ship. He's like, oh, shit, man, pull up a seat. So I ended up sitting down with him and his crew, just a couple other people for the last quarter of the Celtics game, just drinking and eating wings and hanging out. And he's just telling me stories about these private parties he played with the Foo Fighters, and we're just like breaking balls. He's breaking balls. It was just a fun, chill time. So then, so now I'll go to the UFC fights coming up, and I got a front row ticket basically right when they came out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was just like, I told myself before, I don't know who I had to talk to or what I had to do, but I want to be front row for this event. Like something like this doesn't come around, and I know it's going to be huge. I've been getting real big into the UFC recently, and I wanted to support the odd, and it would seem like an awesome opportunity. So knowing that I was in the front row, I tweeted Joe Rogan and Nick Swartz, and I'm like, hey, I'm going to be wearing this shirt, which was the Murder King shirt that I got from Captain Trips from that
From Trip
from
Fest?
the event. Yeah, from Trip Fest.
Murder King?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it looks like Burger King,
Right,
right?
it's the Burger King logo, but it says Murder King on it. And I found out that's actually from a PETA campaign in 2001.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a great metal band name,
Murder King.
Murder King.
It's pretty much a good name for anything. I've found out. So I'm sitting in the front row, and every time I saw, I've only seen this. I've only watched the that fight night that Saturday. Maybe the first like 2 fights so far, and so right when he came by, I stood up. So the tweet basically was like, "Hey, I'm going to be in the front row. I'll tug my ears to say hello."
Okay, yeah. I saw that tweet.
So so then the camera pans
Girl
to me,
with that.
and I got a drink in my hand, but I stood up and I tugging on my ears like crazy, and so that was I made a little I think it was an Instagram post where I had the tweet and then a picture, and then the next slide was basically the video that I recorded from the Fox broadcast of them panning past me and me pulling the old ears there.
Did people text you saying they saw you on TV?
No,
No, you didn't get any of that?
No,
Because if I was watching, I would have been all over that.
yeah, that was I don't know. That was pretty early on. I don't know how many people were watching it, but it was an awesome event.
Then you get outside by fried eggs.
So that was great, and I was walking around. I mean, it was just an awesome time being front row, watching the action right there, high-fiving the fighters as they're coming out, and that kind of a thing. So the end of the night,
And the place was packed, right? I heard they did pretty well.
Yeah, they did really well. Couple things. First of all, they got to have a smoking area there because the bathrooms smell like shit after about an hour and a half because people are just doing whatever they want to.
Yeah.
So definitely have, especially for an event that this went from basically, doors opened at 5, I want to say 5 or 5:30. Didn't get out till about 12:30.
That's a long event.
Right. So,
That's like WrestleMania.
and it's with people with the ADD culture that's going on now. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you got to have little bits of, like, entertainment in between or, like, smoking areas or something to break it up for
Did you ever
people.
see people who don't have their cigarette? They're angry little bastards,
Yeah.
man. You let them have their cigarette. Let them come back in nice and calm.
Yeah, that should be the next thing. Something, maybe on the roof, but yeah, designated smoking area. But still, it was a blast. And if you're into it, if you're really into it, it was awesome. There wasn't a bad seat in the house. I walked around the whole place and checked things out from everywhere, and it's a great venue for that type of event for
Do you
sure.
think there's a chance it could come back?
I think so, and I think what it's going to be is, I think it's going to be UFC folks that do it, that push it, and they did sell. They sold a good amount of tickets. One thing that I thought about was the reason why the Comets came here is because Utica College sold out every night. You know what I mean? So there was obviously a hockey crowd here. I mean, that's what I get. I guess that's somewhat of an assumption, but it seems like that makes sense. And I think with this having some kind of a if you had like an upstate fighting league or something to kind of warm things up and start building that audience at that base level, I think having bigger events like this would be even better. It would take it to a different level. People would be more trained and more in tune to it.
They got the Fight Club, but nobody talks about it.
Right. Yeah.
You just can't.
Yeah.
It's against the rules.
I thought we talked about this, Chicken.
Shh. Oh.
Can't.
You're doing it now.
Nope.
But no, that's great. And I heard there were some great fights as well.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah?
It was
Which
awesome.
fight stood out the most for you?
Crazy seeing people get knocked out right in front of you.
Yeah.
You
We
know?
watched it on TV
Yeah.
at
Did
the
you?
bar. Yeah. Pretty cool. It was great.
It's
It's
July
great to
from
see
the
like,
odd.
It's great to see like
celebrating. I
the
wish I
city
could've watched it.
skyline on TV. You know, like they come pan out and you see like the odd and you see the banks and you're like, wow, that's
Like the way
Utica.
Fox does it, you know.
Yeah.
It's on a different level for sure.
It looks like we're a city. Like, yeah, there we are.
It is crazy how much is happening now. But
Fight wise though, which one was there? One particular one that stood out? Or
the
were
one
there a
that
few?
really stands out. So I actually ended up meeting a couple of the guys afterwards that were really, really awesome. One of the guys I partied with till about 7:30 in the morning,
Did Pink Schneider come out that night?
and then it was a wild night. But I think there's a fight. I can't remember who the two fighters were, but this one guy picked up another guy and basically gave him kind of a suplex type of slam, except he knocked himself
So
out.
I saw that highlight.
That was, and it's like the guy did the slam, and I'm thinking, like, man, that other guy is totally fucked right now. And then the other guy just scooted around him, started punching him in the face, and that was the end of the thing. It's like, what just happened there? You know, the guy's just walking around with his arms raised after he got slammed, but then the other guy knocked himself out. That was a wild thing. I haven't really seen that before.
Yeah, it's a first.
Self-induced.
Yeah, that made like news, national news.
Yeah,
I mean,
it
it
was
was
like-
national television, of course, but
I feel like there was like an
spread
ESPN
around.
not
Yeah,
top 10 or whatever.
It went viral.
Maybe.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But
Any other good ones?
so the guy that dude that I met that I ended up trading the Murder King shirt.
You did?
Yeah.
You traded the Murder King shirt.
I did. It was a very, very intense experience that I remember little chunks of.
What did you get in return?
This dude's shirt. So this guy, Vince Pichel from Hell Pichel, he was on one of the Ultimate Fighters and like the Ultimate Fighting Championship and the Ultimate Fighting, the reality show. And he fought that night against one of the kind of local guys, Gillespie.
That's a kid from Rochester.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and that was a great fight too.
Was it? Who won that one?
Gillespie won it.
Did
Yeah, he got a tap out, but he submitted him with some kind of choke. But so I'm hanging out with this one guy actually, Gleason Tebow at Nail Creek, and that was fun. We were having a blast. He's from Brazil, so he's it was interesting, that kind of communication thing. But I got a picture of him pointing at my shirt. He's going, "He is the Murder King," and then so I'm like, all right, I'm time to Uber home. It's like 2:30 in the morning. You know, they're pushing everybody out. So I'm standing in front of Lucan's, and I'm just kind of sitting on the ledge there. I'm about to order an Uber, and I hear there's a group of maybe like 15, 20 people, and they're like, "Strip club, peepers, there's this place, peepers." And I just start, that's what I did, right? I start laughing. And this one guy kind of points me out. He's like, "Wow, he knew I was a local. Like I could, he could tell it was just the vibe." And so he points me out. He's like, "Hey, this guy probably knows what's going on. What's up with peepers?" I'm like, "Well, I went there for my 14th birthday."
Did you?
Yeah. Well, like a month after, but yeah, it was a fucking nutty experience. But so then I started talking, start kind of chopping it up with these guys and whatever. And I'm like, if you want to go there, it'll definitely be entertaining, no doubt. Whatever you guys want to do, it's probably the place to go.
You might get chlamydia.
Right. But you might not.
Right.
And then he's just like, "Dude, I like that shirt." I'm like, "Yeah, man, thanks." He's like, "You want to trade it?" I'm like, "Oh God, no." And it was this like, a bunch of people were taping this whole exchange, but it ended up being like a 5 to 10 minute discussion about trading shirts and stuff. And then all of a sudden, I'm pretty sure. I mean, there's points where I don't remember exactly, what happened, but I'm pretty sure everybody was just chanting "Murder King" at me. And then I just ripped off my shirt and just started flexing. I was like, "Ah!" And then he rips off his shirt, and he's just like this jacked UFC fighter.
From Brazil.
Well, yeah, no, this guy's actually from Simi Valley.
Oh,
And,
okay.
this is from Hell Pichel. So then we ended up trading shirts, and he's like, "Murder King! Murder King's the man! Come hang out with us." So then I get in the car, right, with fucking, get in the car with some chick was driving,
It's like a super bad movie or something.
Michelle, it really, I mean, this is like the beginning of the night now. This is like new part of the night. So then this chick's driving, Vince, there's some random other guy from Utica in the back seat with a cooler, myself, and this other guy, Sugarfoot.
Sugarfoot.
Have you heard of Sugarfoot?
No.
He's a 7-time world kickboxing champion from Canada.
Okay.
I had no idea until afterwards. And I'm jammed in this car with these dudes, and we're rolling around. And I'm not going to give up the place where we went, but it ended up being about 3:30. Half the group went to Peepers, and they're like, "We gotta get some beer."
Oh, you didn't go to Peepers?
No.
You
They're
never
like,
made it to Peepers?
Well,
they're like, "We gotta get some beer." I'm like, thinking to myself, like, there's no place in Utica right now that'll sell you beer because it's after 2. And they're like, "How about this place?" I'm like, we might be able to get some beer there. So we ended up going there and he tried to go up and was just like, "Hey, I'm a UFC fighter. I'm in California, blah, blah, blah. Can we get some beer? You know, I didn't know it was a cutoff, this, that, the other thing." And the guy's like, "No beer. No, cannot sell you beer." So then I walk up to the window. I'm like, "Hey, buddy, how much you sell a 30-pack for?" He's like, no beer. I'm like, "How much you sell it for?" He's like, "No, I'm not going to sell you beer." And I'm like, "What is it, like $18? Like, what if I gave you $40? And the UFC guy just puts down 100. The guy goes, "What kind do you want?" And I'm getting out of the back of the place. And it was like, it was like a hero, it was just an awesome. And then from there, it was just like one thing after another, just partying after that. Went back to actually at an Airbnb for him and all his training crew and everything, and got to meet him and his crew.
There's
like
an Airbnb in Utica.
Yeah, it was like it's like an old college right in West Utica too. Like they were in the heart of it. And I ended up meeting like this dude Sugarfoot and all these other guys, and I'm like, it was a surreal experience. And yeah, so if I ever go out to Cali again, which I'm definitely going to, gonna meet up with them and do like a beginning kickboxing class or some shit, do some shit like that. And
did you have like the temptation to go to like the baddest bar in the area and just walk in with these guys?
This,
you know what I mean? You got to feel really protected at that point,
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely. It's just such a regular group of people. You know what I mean? Like it's not like nobody's like fighting or, it's like they just have been training for the last, 3 months for this one moment. Right. Now the moment's over and it's like time to let loose, and yeah, at that point, if we walked into a bar at 3:30 ready to fight people, that would be a wild experience. Yeah, it was a great. I mean, it was a great time. It's definitely one for the record books. Yeah, it was cool meeting those folks, and it was awesome to have that international flavor, because it truly is international flavor in Utica.
Well, that jacked up the economy too.
Money from around the world for
the
week, and maybe it wasn't super concentrated. I mean, there wasn't a ton of people, but it put us on the map a little bit in the UFC world. And if you look at I have UFC Fight Pass too, which is you can basically stream any fight, and it tells you what the upcoming fights are. The locations were Singapore, Chile, Chicago, Liverpool, Utica, New York. It's like the only one that had to be identified by what state we were in, or any further identification. But I mean, just that alone, you could see where people from all over the world are going to all these events,
and they were here all week too.
Yep.
And that's what surprises me, that a lot more, like there wasn't like a ending party, like a big party.
They partied.
No, yeah. But like
I heard.
On the contrary,
one of the the bars are saying had an after party.
Right.
I mean, like for this event specifically, where they could come in and host the event, maybe put them in a VIP area, and like have bands playing, and actually have an after party afterwards, or something beforehand where they were like signing autographs and things like that. Like I feel like that part of it was missed.
I think there was some.
Well, they definitely had
some dropped balls a little bit, and I think that really kind of showing that there's an event in Utica that's not in Syracuse, Rochester, Albany, and really kind of pushing out. I don't know if they marketed to those areas at all, but also afterwards. I think a lot of people just aren't that in tune to the UFC and what that actually is, you know, that you've got these world champions literally from Brazil and all over.
Well,
the
this was
place
kind of
that
like
are
a B
coming in.
card, though, right? It wasn't. There was no champions
Right.
on the card.
No,
or anything
but
like
still.
that. But these are the up and comers. I mean, like a lot of these guys are ranked like 4 or 5 instead of like the 1-2 guys.
In a town like this, like people would come out to meet these guys. You know, if you brought them over to a bar and like had, you know, some promo girls and people passing like around like some free stuff, and then they get to meet the players or fighters and like and actually prep it like that way and actually have a party, make these guys feel welcome in this town. Be like, hey, we're throwing this for you. Thank you for coming to Utica. I think it would have been much bigger, you know what I mean, and more enticing for them to come back.
Yeah. Well, hopefully they do come back. And it sounds like my man over here had a great time.
Yeah, I definitely had a good time. And everybody, you know, all the fighters that I've seen really talked about how much they enjoyed their time in Utica before and after. And I really think that it was a really positive thing.
Yeah.
It's awesome that the Odd has, I mentioned this on Facebook, they've put themselves in a position to attract these international events. I think is just fantastic. I'm really, really happy for the Odd and the community for that.
Yeah, it's a state of the art facility now.
Oh, yeah.
It is.
Absolutely.
It's beautiful inside and a great light show and a good sound system. And it's cool. It's a great facility, and it got ranked.
Did it really?
It was ranked a couple, like last year. It was ranked one of the top venues in hockey and stuff. So, Bandage just checking in. He said they hung out at Lucan's and Griffin's afterwards.
Nice. Yeah, and there was a private party, I think, at the
Harp,
Several.
too. I think the Harp had a bunch of people going for that, too. He said it was fun to see them out having fun. Yeah. And I'm sure after a fight, you know, you fight these guys, too, but behind the curtain, you're friends because it's a sport.
Yep.
It's a sport, almost like WWE type shit, but they really hit each other.
Right.
You know? But Dave Borges saying, what's up, Chris Mandry?
What's up, dude?
Our man Nick Hines wants to know who's a bigger stud, you or me.
Wow.
I'd give that to you all day. I'm out of the loop. I'm old now.
I don't know, Nick. I think it's Nick.
But me at 32, which tomorrow's your birthday. Happy birthday.
Thank you so much, man. Appreciate
Tomorrow
it.
you're going to be 32.
Yeah.
Yeah. And me at 32, though, I blow you away.
Yeah.
You knew me at
So I've heard.
I was the bar owner at the time.
Bass player get more ass than the drummers.
Chicken Erica saying she's so proud of you, man.
Thanks, Erica.
Yeah, we're all proud of you, man.
Thanks.
We are. You're doing great. You look good, and today was a big day for him. So losing,
Hell yeah.
finding out that he lost so much. How much total? What's the grand total right now? This is like an auction.
Well, it's hard to tell because, like you said, I always
Just want to bring the number up on the board.
Well, it's
75, 80.
All right, from your heaviest. Let's start from
I
your
was
heaviest.
290 when I first started, so I'm down to 219. But then, like I said, I gained probably about 25 to 30 pounds in muscle.
Yeah, but you're at 219 right now.
Yeah.
So from 80,
70 pounds.
280,
290.
290. Wow.
Yeah.
71 pounds.
71
I was a
pounds.
fat bastard.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
why
awesome, man.
When I looked in the mirror and I couldn't even see my penis in the mirror, it's time to like do
And
something.
the way you did, you still can't see your penis. So who are you kidding?
In the mirror.
It's one of those dental mirrors, though.
Be proud, though, Chicken, man.
I can
Be
put them on my
proud.
feet.
You should have a beer tonight. You should be proud of that.
Great job, man.
Dave Borges saying a Roland TD 25 KV is God.
That's I haven't played one, but yeah. So I got a Roland TD20 SX that I've been playing since I got it 2011.
That's your electronic kit, right?
2010. Yeah, I sold the car that my grandparents gave me as a gift. Bought that. Times are rough. That was that's when I was playing at the EC actually.
Yeah, I remember. I
Yeah.
remember all this.
Yeah, gig stopped and had to make some changes. But yeah, I've seen that the bass drum on that is a monster. Yeah, I'd love to play one of those and try it. But Roland just makes some super super high quality stuff.
Yeah, no doubt. Mike Brockway saying Mandry rocks.
Mike,
good to hear from you, man. Thanks for checking in. If all you guys could just click that share button for us, too. Get the word of EC Radio out there and Disruption Network and Mandry and all the Pink Schneider and all the great stuff we got going on here at the D. Jay Stevens calling you Chicken Little. And you are Chicken Little.
A little bit. From the waist down.
We got a couple friends that are hanging out. And actually, this would be a pretty good segue into my next segment here with you, Mandry, because I brought up your greatest hits.
Okay.
Some of your greatest hits. Do you have the thing going on your phone right now? If you
a second.
if you can watch it on like YouTube or you can watch the show, you can monitor.
No Bizz here today.
Well, he's busy. He's working.
Just Bizz.
Yeah, just Bizz.
Just Bizz.
Usually he wears the same like purple shirt every time he comes.
I know
in
it's
there.
the same. I was thinking about that. I was looking.
First
at
time
it.
he hasn't worn that purple
Got my
shirt.
cues.
It became a thing for a while.
It did, but it was by accident too.
All right, so Mandry, I did bring up some of your greatest hits. I'm gonna start with this one first. This one is this one's one of my favorite ones from Mandry here. Let me see here. So this one is the 311 video that you made for everybody.
Yeah.
This one's one of my favorites. This one, Mandry made a. We'll give the basis of this. Happened around Halloween time.
Yeah. So went to a few shows with Amigo there. Been going to a bunch of 311 shows, and So yeah, I ended up going down. There was a costume one on the actual Halloween down in Long Island, and oh, there he is. And what's up, Shark? How you doing, buddy? Yeah, there's a costume one on down in Long Island, and at the end of the show, they're handing out these pumpkins that were on stage for the last couple nights. So I was like, "Hey, can I get a pumpkin?" I'm like, "Sure." There's a pumpkin. So I'm carrying around all night, and the whole time, like, I gotta fucking smash this thing. Like, I want to throw it off a bridge. There's a bridge by our hotel I want to throw it off of, and then so the next morning I forgot about it. I hid it behind the TV, and the next morning I wake up and I'm carrying around this pumpkin. My buddy comes up to me. He's like, "Dude, that's the same pumpkin that Nick, the lead singer, was holding in their band photo." I'm like, "Oh God, now I gotta totally do something else now." So I just sort of on the way home, I came up with all this in my mind, had the idea, and basically just wrote out a script, called up AO with a little help with some filming, and
you came up with this ditty.
Buddy Steve with a little drone footage, and this is the first thing that I've ever edited myself, written, directed, edited, produced, and starred.
So I'm going to play it for everybody.
Awesome.
We got to play this.
Halloween night, 2017. 311 played a show to a crowd of over 100 at the Paramount Theater in Huntington, New York. The show was riddled with costume band members and fans alike, except for one, Nick Hexum. Nick's choice of costume was to hold his precious one and only pumpkin. But how precious
You got
was
a picture of him in the pumpkin.
After the show, Nick graciously held his sweet little friend lovingly for all the world to see. What no one saw was the blonde hair on the far left of the ritualistic post-show photo. Once the show was finished, the band had left, the set list collected, and the instruments broken down. The stage crew quickly pawned off the unique, heartfelt pumpkins to the 311 crazed crowd. Nick Hexum's lover, his pumpkin, the only thing that tied him to the Halloween festivities, was ripped from the hands of grace by Dee Snider's evil, life-sucking twin, Pink Snyder. After 2 Twitter cries for help without response, the situation took a turn for the worse.
You tweeted him.
This video was released to WCNT News Channel 69 yesterday. Please be advised, the graphic nature of this content is not suitable for young children. Nick, I thought we had something together. The way you played with my ear and tickled my chin. We were one. No one could have carved me like you. You were so tender, so strong, so confident. And you put me in the arms of this madman like I was nothing. He mocked you. He mocked us. Oh no, Nick, please, please. I hear him coming. Please, Nick, do something. Save me, please. No!
You missed.
It's all passion.
This is-
I just bashed his brains in, Nikki.
Wow.
That's my favorite part at the end.
Oh man.
So did they call the cops on you?
Yeah, I'm sure they probably thought about it. Actually, who was it? Steve Anderson tweeted that to the bass player 311 Peanut, and he responded. He goes, "That was incredible."
They
So
should
they
open a
definitely
show
thought-
with that. When,
I know. I was asking him at the last 311 day. I'm like, "You guys gonna open with this?" And there's no response.
Well, since that was a little thing about Pink Schneider, we have Pink Schneider telling Angelo Moore a poem right here. It's all queued up here.
And stuff like that, just like you guys are doing, man. So I'm right behind you, man.
That's awesome.
Can I read you a couple of my poems?
Yes, read it.
Flightless seagulls, toothless beagles, a miss kicked by Jeff Feagles. They all still live.
Oh, damn.
Like when he
Wait,
goes,
say it again.
"Oh, damn."
Say that again.
Flightless seagulls, toothless beagles, a miss kick by Jeff Feagles. They all still live.
They all still live. Well, good.
Wow.
Good. At least they're still living.
This one's my favorite, though.
A fat patch of grass, fat enough for your fat ass.
Poetry with Pink
I
Schneider.
love it.
Poetry with Pink Schneider. I think we're on to something.
I love that. I just watched that whole thing actually a couple weeks ago with a buddy of mine. And it was a good time, man. I really appreciate that opportunity to be there.
Fat piece of grass. Fat patch of grass. Fat enough for your fat ass.
Yep. I got a new
They
one.
all still live. You got a new one?
Yeah, you want to?
Yeah, bust that shit out.
So it's about the transgender
Okay.
issues that have been, just kind of permeating the world, and I thought I'd kind of sum it up here.
Okay.
This is just, what I was feeling at a moment. Premonitions and fear. To be straight is to be queer. Unique freaks take leaks while sitting. Is that person pissing or just plain old shitting? Can I get my butt removed?
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
That's poetry with, well, you're not Pink Schneider right now, so.
No, just
Wow, that was interesting.
thanks. Yeah, I mean it's it's just something to chew on.
Mandry, I do got, well, there's another question out there. It says, you could play drum rudiments on water.
That's Tim Moyer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
You can?
I've been meaning to make this video for the last year and a half. I had an in-depth conversation with him at one point, and I've been meaning to make a video with that. Hopefully, maybe I'll make that like a little birthday video. Honestly, I've never done it. I've never even tried. I mean, I think I've like tried to play in a pool before, but like, I've never actually tried to do what he's saying on water because it's supposed to be very difficult in terms of how it catches the sticks and the way that like the water shoots up. It's very tough to like not make a huge
splash.
Right.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I want to tape it right from like the first moment that I try it, and then I'll tag Tim and then the guy from Train in it.
I seen that. I posted that one video of somebody playing drums with rubber dicks. I think you could do that. I would love to see.
Dude, I had that.
You
that
have rubber
idea
dicks?
when I was. I was gonna actually.
Don't use your own.
Ask this chick for it. Yeah, one rubber dick and then one real. I had that idea. I did these drum videos back. You remember those, right? Z, back when I was in Nashville.
I got a couple queued up.
And great. Yeah, so I had that idea during that time. So it was like 2012, basically. But it's not everybody's got ideas. It's about execution. It's the people who are actually doing the ideas, because a million people could have the same idea at the same time. But if one person does it, that's the person who's doing it. You just got to do stuff, and I didn't execute, but there's still time.
We got to bring back those videos. Going back to the Angela Moore interview, Jay Stevens is checking in, and he's saying that was amazing, and you had Angela spinning. Then you bought his book for $85. Yeah. What was it, like $100 he wanted? And
no,
you're like,
it was $55. He wanted $60 for the book, and
you only had like 30,
10
or
for
something.
a CD. Well, he wanted $60 for a book and 10 for a CD, and I tried to bring him down to give him $50 for the book and the CD. And then he's like, we kept going back and forth a little bit. And I'm like, well, let me see what I got. And I pull out, it was like $59. And so I gave him $55, and I kept the rest for French fries.
This is all live on air, too.
Yep.
Right on air.
Yep.
You're haggling them.
It was a lot of fun.
Then he said somebody who took card or something like that. Didn't he have like a card reader on him?
Yeah. He said that he takes cards, too. But, yeah, that was a lot of fun doing business with him.
That was a fun day. That was hilarious. Now, Mandry, the other video I need to bring up, this one's my all-time favorite Mandry video, I think. I know that first one was good, but this one right here, this is just the teaser of when you did Go to the Distance, which is usually about a year. It's about a year ago now, right? Wouldn't it be about a year ago today?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I would think. So this one is just the teaser from WKTV. Okay, not the full video, because I thought the teaser was even better than the full video.
That was more, concentrated.
So hang on, I gotta go bring this back. So we're over here, and we gotta. The teaser's absolutely hilarious. So this is this one right here.
And introducing us to this week's featured runner.
You don't even have to hear it.
I have had absolutely no desire to run the Boilermaker. What? No desire to run the Boilermaker? It is week 9 of Go the Distance, so we're going to find out what changed Chris Mandry's mind and what he is most looking forward to on race day.
I honestly think that they should never Go the Distance ever again after all that. I really do. I think, dude, you're so shot. We love you, Mandry.
Thanks, man. I had that plan for a while. They actually sprung it on me that day. I was planning on wearing a Bizz for that, but then they sprung it on me that day that, like, oh, we're going to move you up a week. I'm like, all right. I had to debate a little bit, but went through it. The best part they didn't even put on there, I did a crab walk.
No, come on.
Yeah, but I think it was later on, but they just had to shorten up that little segment.
A crab walk?
Yeah.
But you did Bizz running the Boilermaker.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
The business athletic look. For people that don't know what the hell we're talking about, that's where it's like all business up top, but he's wearing gym shorts on the bottom, or vice versa. He'll wear dress pants and then wear like a basketball jersey.
It's pretty straight up. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's happened, but yeah, it's it's like the mullet of clothing.
I was just gonna say you should probably wear with a mullet.
Yeah, it helps. It definitely helps.
Because then you get the party and the business all in one.
I had some shots come up of when we did the inspirational noise video, and I'm wearing Bizz and doing ping pong.
Yeah.
And I jump up. Remember, I'm like one of those things where you pull the string on the top, and then the arms and the legs go out to the side like this. I got one of those shots in there. Hilarious.
My favorite was he was playing drums on. I had ping pong paddles, and he was doing that, but we were doing it like they were boxing mitts, and we would swipe under, he'd duck, and then they put him up, and he'd like swing. That was fun. That was fun making that video.
Man, we had a great time for sure.
Tim Hodge wants to know whatever happened to the product line that you were coming up with.
That's it. Bizz. I actually just got I got something in my email today. Saying that I have to renew that domain by July 10th.
But yeah, you have the domain and like it's ready to go.
Oh yeah, I have a bunch of domains.
So are you gonna sell them? I was like suit and shorts.
Yeah, I'm actually. It's all about execution. But I might have a patentable idea.
Mm-hmm.
Go on Shark Tank.
And it's not just the shoes or not just the shirt and the outfit, but an actual specific piece of clothing that I crafted.
They're not going to be those jorts or anything like that, right?
No. This is on a different level.
Okay, good.
But I got to figure that out before I start getting all talky about it.
All right, yeah. Well,
on air meetings, somebody will steal your idea.
It happens all the time. But BizzApp coming soon to an online store near you.
And maybe Forever Leather.
And if you do come out with this whole line of product, can I be one of your models? Because you got to have, when you get the circulars out and stuff like that, I want to be one of the models. I think you should get a bunch of us.
This is going to be, it'll be the best magazine that no one will ever see.
We'll make it circular.
Yes.
If you go with Forever Leather, you could do Bizz Chaps.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Just like a bow tie or something.
And just be like, I could get Charlie, be like, dude, 30 seconds, just give me a 30-second spot on what you're looking at right now. And he'd be like, oh my God, rip something, you know?
Right.
25 beans, you get the stupid shorts and the shirt.
Weren't you on the Forever Leather show before?
So I actually, when I worked at WTR, I got him back on the air. Because he wasn't on the air for a long time. You know, he's a wild guy. He's got his own way of doing things, and I was one of the few people who was willing to go in there and really work with him and take a little bit of a risk in some regards. But he was one of my best customers, and got him back on the air. Then he ended up doing Tosh.0. After being on the air for a year or two.
But weren't you on the show at one time?
I was not on the show.
Oh, I thought you were.
No, I would shoot his commercials. He asked, you know, I actually wanted to be when I worked at Annie Ann's back in the day in the mall, and Forever Leather was across the road from Annie Ann's there inside the mall. But no, never been on the show. But I like every now and then, every few months, I'll pop in, talk to him about Tasho and, you know, whatever else he's got going on. I like Charlie.
That was
hilarious.
Episode.
That was absolutely hilarious.
It was nuts.
Even if you didn't know him, you found it funny, but like knowing like the figure here, oh my God, he was hysterical.
Yep.
I think probably one of the best ones I've seen yet.
I was crying laughing watching that.
Oh yeah,
the way that he approached it and the story that he tells too. He'd be a great person to get on here sometime.
Yeah, I've called him before. I got to get a hold of him again.
I can hook you up.
Thank you. Please do.
Maybe then we can have you model some leather gear.
Yeah,
some Bizz Chaps.
Yeah, very
Bizz Chaps. I like that. That's a good idea. I'm looking for one of your videos. Mandry, give me a video I could play yours. They've got some good ones up here, bro. You've been busy. The kitty little ditty song? No. The kitty.
There's Ultimate Mandry.
Ultimate Mandry? Where's Ultimate Mandry? Is your dad's here? Ultimate Man. Oh, okay.
This was at Phil's first comedy contest.
Okay. I remember this. Hang on, let me get
wanted like little minute promos.
Queued up for a second. This is when you pretended to be the Ultimate Warrior.
You, Phil Farda! December 13th. I'm gonna send the souls of everyone at Cavallo's into the rocket ship! Phil Farda. Don't try to think. I'll pull the drinks out of your noses and onto the flesh of your loved one. Already lost in the inevitable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a classic one. I like that one. You probably scared Phil with that one.
It resulted, as a matter of fact, in Brown assaulting his wife with a lead pipe and firing a gun
Check out
at a car.
the vegetable stand.
Vegetable stand?
Yeah, that's a good.
Who did your makeup?
Who did your makeup?
Actually, the same person who edited it, my buddy Doc's wife, Candace Doherty.
Nice.
Yeah, she's a roller derby person. She's helps me out so many times with that kind of stuff. It's crazy.
Which one you want me to look for?
I don't know, but in the camera, like Mandry looks like she's in the witness stand.
The vegetable. I got the tornado song. Oh, there it is. Vegetable stand.
Yep, that's the
This is the one right here. I remember this one. Okay, wait, hang on. This thing jumps quick. And we're going to change it over. I'm getting used to this. Chicken finally.
Then Tad will change it.
No, wait. All right, this is Mandry at the vegetable stand. How old are you in this? You look super young.
It was 2012.
Tonight, we will be exploring the role of meat in the vegetable stand, specifically the hot dog and its interactions with various metal products.
Boy.
Obviously, the physical brittleness of the hot dog speaks nothing to its emotional fortitude.
Oh my God!
Yeah, so those went on for a couple months.
Yeah, you were living out of state then, right?
Yeah, it was in Nashville, Tennessee. I was actually working for a strip club at that point.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I was working across
playing with
the
hot
street.
dogs,
dancing.
Yep, call it the vegetable stand. So I went in the slower nights. It was in Printer's Alley. There's a place called Brass Stables. It was actually Andrew Jackson's old horse stables, and I ended up being a bouncer there and a hollerer. And then I got into that. So I'd holler. So holler. So it'd be like, hey, we got girls here, nude karaoke, which we did have.
Nude karaoke?
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, there was a sign outside that said nude karaoke, but what it was is these just drugged up strippers trying to sing songs. It was like one or two of them. And it was really, really rough.
Kind of like that chick on Varick Street.
Yeah. I mean, people would come out, I'd sell them on it. So I started wearing a suit, and all the other people in the alley, because there's like probably 5 or 6 different bars after a few months, and they started wearing suits, which was really interesting. But I started I would get people to come in. It was like $15 or 2 for $20. So people would come in 2 for $20. 10 minutes later, a door would fly open and be like, "Fuck you, buddy, you suck," because it was rough in there. Dude.
Oh, I can imagine.
Like, you sold me on this bullshit. I'm like, well,
Devin Mahoney is saying that was some impressive hot dog work.
Thank you, Devin. You had him on yesterday.
Yeah,
awesome folks. I ended up having lunch with them and chatting a little bit, and they're really looking forward to what they're doing over there. And
it's gonna be awesome.
I definitely want to see how I can be involved with that, because it's great.
Cool
that they're doing.
Everybody wants to get involved, which is great.
Yeah,
more the merrier.
Yep.
And we get that place up and shining and new, and it would have some fun events over there.
Talking about like improv classes and that kind of thing. I'd love to.
That's all you, man.
Yeah, I know.
You should be all over that.
Like comedy writing.
That's
that kind of
right
stuff.
up your alley.
Yeah, I really, really enjoy those guys, and I'm glad they're here.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. It's going to be great. They're going to be doing some big things over there. But I could totally see you doing improv. And
100%. I've always wanted to. My sister actually took classes.
Have you done it before?
Not officially or structured.
Did you take acting classes at one time, though?
I took, actually in Nashville, I did, it was actually combat fighting acting stuff. So with like an MMA type of thing.
If you get attacked by an MMA guy, you know what to do.
Yeah, fucking run. That's what you do.
So you're like a crisis actor?
But it was just like, dramatic hand movements. Like, this is a real, this is actually how you're supposed to fight, and, like tumbling and all that kind of stuff. And it was training for this like real quick scene in this student film, basically. But it was like 8 weeks of, once a week training.
So, acting, fighting.
Right.
Fighting acting.
Like big dramatic, arm movements instead of like regular punches, like for the camera. And like the angles you're supposed to be at and how you're supposed to look. Yeah.
You got to make the sound effects.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I definitely could see you doing a bunch of that stuff. Devin's going to have some really cool workshops, and
100%.
people could go in and laugh your ass off, really. It's going to be good.
He's worked on Scrubs. He's been all over the place. I mean, that's some legit stuff. I think it's great.
We're lucky as a community that they moved back.
Right. And I think that's an important thing. I've heard a couple different sides of this, but there are, at points, folks who... I've heard the argument that leaving Utica is like, oh, you're abandoning the community. And actually, I heard this from the Matts. They have their kids go out to leave Utica and work somewhere for a year, and then bring back.
It's more like 10 years. I think the rule is.
I mean,
or 5 years.
It's right. Yeah, it's definitely a couple to go out and get some experience, and then bring that back. And Utica is in a little bit of a bubble, like it's all, I feel like the people who are really making money here have had money. It's hard to
for a long
necessarily get rich, but to go out and then to bring something back and to add some kind of outside perspective, exactly what Devin and Brianna are doing is, I think, super valuable to the community, because it really, it's important to help open up people's eyes to what else is out there. I mean, I can't tell you how many people I've talked to my age that didn't even know what a podcast was recently.
Your age.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's just that, it's that kind of mentality.
I would understand that, like my generation and of course the baby boomers.
Right.
But I mean, you're still, you're like the kind of like the higher age of a millennial.
Right.
Because that's the ceiling of a millennial is 32. So 18.
Yeah,
I think that's
probably a little older
over that.
But yeah,
maybe a little bit older.
Yeah,
but for them not to know that, that blows me away.
Yeah, it was surprising, but it's people who live in their own world, But I think having that kind of outside perspective and is super important for the community and for us to continue to progress in this kind of growth.
Yeah, with the company you're working for too, Kobe, you're doing some big stuff over there too, and not just on a local level, more like an international thing too, correct?
Yeah. I mean, we've been going to a lot of national. We specifically work with manufacturers, but we can work with all kinds of different companies. Actually, focusing very much on software automation consulting. So what we do is we'll go into a company and take a look at their process and figure out what parts of that process can be changed or automated to eliminate waste. And we've been going to conferences across the country. We've been putting on seminars locally from the information that we learn at the conferences. We've actually got one coming up at the Thinkubator next Thursday, the 21st, I want to say. And that's competing for millennial workers. So basically that seminar, it's an hour-and-a-half seminar about how to obtain and retain millennial workers and what the younger generation is looking for, which in the manufacturing world they're having a lot of trouble finding enough people, because it's really not a glorious job and it's very old school. And so we're taking a look at how to kind of change that culture to attract the right folks.
That's insane.
Yeah.
You're doing some good stuff too. And where's your next convention? Because I feel like you're going all over the country, right?
Yeah. So next, the next thing that we've got planned, I'm going to be going to IMTS, which is International Manufacturers TS, in Chicago for a week in September.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
you been to Chicago?
It's huge. I was in Chicago. Yes. Yeah, I was there once. Spent a couple days there. Met a couple friends. Had some deep dish pizza. Went to this one bar that was famous bar, the Green something. I forget what it is, but a buddy of mine that I lived next to in Nashville was actually Hank 3's fiddle player.
Oh, yeah.
You know who Hank 3 is? Yeah. He used to play at this one bar in Chicago all the time, and I went there, and it was the best jazz that I've ever heard, and it was awesome.
Yeah,
I wish I
great
could
music
remember the
scene
name
in
of it.
Chicago.
Super famous bar too. It's right next to a theater. There's like all these underground things, going there. The owner's this like super Polish guy. It sounds like he's from.
What's his name? Dicka.
Yeah, that's exactly how he talks. I mean, it was hilarious. It was surreal, but yeah, Chicago was cool place. Wear a bulletproof vest, it'll be fine.
Well, that's done on the south side.
Yeah. But, you know, that's probably where the fun's happening, too. You know,
Yeah,
you gotta
of course.
take a little risk every now and then.
Yeah. You go get on the set as Shameless.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be something?
Great show.
Anyways, what else you been up to, Mandry?
A lot of work, man.
Yeah?
Been really focused on work. I end up doing these, 12, 13, 14-hour days, which is cool. I like it. It's enjoyable. People I work with, it's awesome. We actually just moved our spot from on Genesee Street to Broad Street. We're revamping that.
The old GE building.
Spot, yep. Yeah, there's...
How cool is that?
It's awesome, man.
Must have been a lot of work, though, huh?
Yeah, but we've got these guys. Actually, I got to plug them. K&V Construction. They come in and just knock out jobs. Like they're fast, they're good. Highly recommend them. But so they did some work for us. We got a nice open floor kind of concept that we're playing with. We got some room to expand to. We're up to when I started, we had 6 people. Now we're up to 17. I want to say.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I want to come check that out, see what you guys
Absolutely,
do to the old
man.
place.
Yeah, anytime, of course.
It's wide open, huh?
Yeah, we're going to be having a, once we get we still got some work to do on it, but once we get settled in, we'll be having ribbon cutting, put it out through the chamber, and, I'll be inviting all kinds of people.
Yeah. Now, which GE building is it, though? Because there's a couple of them down there. They were all kind of broken up into, like, departments, if you will.
So, Lavoda Furniture?
Yes.
Okay, so... That's going to be on your left-hand side, and we're on the right-hand side.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, you go in, and you go in the back door, and we're up there.
Yeah, that's where I used to ride my go-kart when I was a kid back in the 80s.
Oh, really?
That parking lot, because you could go for miles in the back there. It's just, my grandparents lived right up the road. And
yeah, that'd be a great place for, like, a barbecue, like a little festival type of a thing,
Yeah, there's some cleanup that needs to be done over there, but... It could be cool, but it could definitely be usable. And I find it so fascinating that they're using that building because it's so industrial. I mean, they should have knocked that down years ago so to actually bring it back and restore it.
Right.
I mean, there was fires in that place years ago and so many different things. But good. That's cool.
Yeah.
You're bringing it back.
Hey, we're trying. Hopefully it catches on with some other people, and it's definitely affordable, and they'll work with you. So
yeah, and there's a lot of space.
Yeah.
Huge.
I would love to get like a practice spot in there, like a little
studio action going. Yeah.
Be cool.
Jay Stevens wants to know if it's the Greenhouse, the bar you were talking about in Chicago.
No.
It's
right next to a theater that was closed down for a while.
Riviera Theater.
Maybe.
Oh, I have no idea.
Is that what it is?
Make that up, or is that like legit?
No, there's a
okay
Riviera Theater in Chicago. Mandry, you playing music? You been rocking out at all? You playing any bands?
So,
want to play some metal?
Yeah, I do. So I've been trying to I don't see it here. So I've been just kind of practicing on my own, trying to get my chops back up.
I see that you've been doing some videos lately.
Yeah, kind of possibly putting together some small sets. I don't think we'll be really playing out that much, but some small sets with some guys, Meliani, like super, just easy going, not, just play a few songs together. Just trying to get back into playing shape. I love to be at a point where, I can go an hour and a half in a metal show, full blast again. But that really is like being a professional athlete. Like you really just gotta crank it out.
You can get your chops back.
But to be honest, I have a very hard time practicing, just sitting down. Like most of the time I'm just jamming and just like kind of letting go, which is cool and it's fun. But that the structure and the discipline is what helps you progress,
You're right.
And so I've been really trying to focus more on learning songs and picking out things that I like and like trying to learn a song in a day, kind of a thing. But yeah, so I'd like to do some metal stuff, and honestly, I've been thinking about doing like weekend cover band stuff. Possibly just make some money, have some fun, get out there. Because now I kind of stopped drinking really since January 1st, so I haven't really been going out.
It's the
too much.
UFC thing.
Right. Well, yeah, no, since Slightly Stupid. Or Dirty Heads. That was
a great show the other night, too,
yeah,
right?
That was a lot of fun, man. I had a good time, for sure.
I've seen so many people that night.
Yeah, it's awesome. What do you think of the new setup, Saranac setup?
Well, it's going to look great next year.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome next year.
Yeah.
And it increases the capacity as well.
Yeah, for sure.
It's going to look really, really good. Right now, I mean, I like that they put the beer outside.
Yes, I do too.
Which was good because you got more room now to enjoy the show. And from front of house to the back, there was a ton of room.
Yeah.
And then they got that little platform where the garbage dumpsters used to be.
Yeah, that's cool.
So that's kind of, you're a little up a little more and you're on flat ground. And kind of lean up against the wall. I saw a couple families hanging out over there, and they put some picnic tables over there. So that was cool.
Yeah.
So it's going to be awesome, though. Once it's all done and the construction's done and everything's out of the way and it's nice and tight, it's going to be really, really cool over there. So we got a lot of great shows going on. But the other night, Dirty Heads kicked it all off.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
That was a great show. Your birthday's tomorrow.
Yes, it is.
You got anything planned?
Yeah, I do actually. I'm doing some work. I'm combining some stuff. I got a meeting out in Syracuse and then one out in Rochester. But after that, immediately after, I'm bringing a change of clothes and I'm going to see Whitechapel, Black Dahlia Murder, Flesh God Apocalypse, and a couple other bands out in Rochester.
Wow.
So yeah, it should be pretty cool. I like them a lot. I've seen Whitechapel before. Definitely seen Black Dahlia Murder before. And I'm into them, but I haven't listened to them that much. I'm going with my buddy Doc, he's VP of the software company. So it's perfect. So we're doing these meetings together, then we're doing this.
Hey, it's smart though.
It's a business expense.
Yeah, write it off.
And so yeah, I'm pretty stoked about that.
No Bizz metal attire. No,
Bizz metal.
Bizz metal.
Out of that, possibly.
Cannibal Corpse.
Like rip the sleeves off the suit.
I wore a suit once. They were having metal shows at the Holly Rock. Actually, remember that?
No.
They were having hardcore. It was hardcore show.
Those are my blackout years.
It wasn't even Holly Rock then. I forget what it was. It might have been Blur. But they were having a metal show there. My buddy's band was playing, and I showed up in a suit, and I just freaked everybody out. Like, they wouldn't, like, mosh around me. I'm like, how am I freaking out the people that I normally am? You know, it was a very interesting experience. But, yeah, we'll see what happens.
Mandry, we played our favorite videos of you, but this one is mine.
Hell yeah.
All together.
Hell yeah.
This one, the one we did together. I think this one's... Loud, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
How about I got flagged for playing this once before?
Oh, really?
I got flagged for playing this.
Mandry probably turned you in.
Do we get paid?
No, we didn't get... I know, we should have got paid, right?
That's awesome.
That we got flagged for it?
Yeah.
Because it's on CD, baby?
Yeah.
Yeah. But this video was done by AO.
Oh,
this
AO's
was so much
the
fun. Filming
man.
this video at the Odd was a lot of fun. We were talking about the Odd earlier, and we got a chance to film a video at the Odd. There's our boy Archibald, who sings on this album. Well, screams on this album.
Yep.
Darren Archibald and John Negrin and Joe LeBate.
Yep.
And also Caswell was there when he was working for the Comets at the time.
Yeah.
We had those guys doing screaming backups. In fact, it's going to be coming up right here at the Hook.
And we had kickball here. We had all kinds of fun stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Comets are singing, not really singing, but screaming along with us in there. Playing kickball on 420,
Yeah,
that was
kick.
fun.
Yep.
Chicken, you were there for that
Yeah,
one?
yeah, I was there. I juked out AO in that game.
Nice. Easy to do.
I know,
Easy to
Howie
do.
missed me.
This is such a fun video to make, though. Remember Mossy was getting dragged on the ice by Mossy by Masucci?
Yeah.
Dragging
It was hilarious.
Bro, I don't know how you kicked that with your shin, though.
Dude.
He did. He kicked it with his shin.
Yeah.
Not out of the park.
We had so much fun making this. And then we played Oddfest. Do you remember playing Oddfest?
How could I forget, dude? I still am trying to warm up my feet.
We played Oddfest, and we were playing with Badfish and Classified and Showtime and Gridley Page.
Oh, no, Oddfish. Yeah, I was thinking of the...
We played at the Odd. We had a chance to play at the Odd, which was
I was
great.
thinking of the January show that we played outside.
Oh, yeah, that was for the All-Star game that came into town. The Tonys put a little party together, like a little pregame before the All-Star game.
Yeah, and we played at like 7 o'clock at night.
It's the coldest night of my life.
Yeah. Yeah, Oddfest was sick.
So we get to play Oddfest, and we wanted to take... I was big with the selfie stick at the time. Do you remember this?
Yes, yep.
And so I wanted to go to the top of the Odd to go take pictures with the selfie. So we start walking up there, and security starts breaking our balls. And I'm like, well, can you get such and such on the phone? I'm not going to mention his name. He comes up, he goes, oh, Z wants to go up there. Z can do whatever he wants. And we get up there and start taking pictures and stuff. And,
Z-Pass.
Yeah, it was fun. And we got to hang out with Badfish that night. And also the Utica Music and Arts Festival was going on at the same time. So we lit it up the night before at Harley's.
That's right.
And then that was a great weekend, man. We had some fun.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun, man, for sure.
Adeline wants to know when there's a reunion.
I don't know. I'm ready. I'm always ready.
Yeah, we'll see.
Everybody's so busy, you know?
It really is.
But what was it like putting the drum kit on the ice and actually playing the drums on the ice?
Sick, man. I did that drum solo.
He sat there and played for like an hour to warm up.
Is that like your Tommy Lee moment?
It was.
It was right in center ice.
The reverb, it was just such a huge open room to hit a snare drum and it sound like a shotgun. I mean, you just want to hit the snare drum as much as you possibly can. So much fun. I love this part.
You like this part? Oh, when we tackle each other. Yeah. We had a lot of fun. We definitely had making this video was a lot of fun. Johnson too. Johnson helped us out at the football scenes right there. He's the one that throws the pass that AO picks off and he runs for a touchdown. And we had so much fun.
I'm glad he's probably happy that you just mentioned he threw a pick. Bro, you had that.
No, it was planned. Of course, it was planned. Chase Stevens is calling it Bizz Mafia. We did have fun, man, and they played the song for a little while. We got to get that back in rotation. Next time I see Ash, we got to make sure this song gets in rotation at these games.
I'd love to.
They played it for a little bit when we first came out with it.
Yeah, it was cool. I'd love to get what were we talking about before? Ray Lewis to do like a little inspirational speech.
Oh yeah,
he could just read off a grocery list and I'd be pumped up.
Yeah, right.
You just got that intensity.
Yeah. Or like Ric Flair would be cool.
Sticks of celery.
I'm playing the credits too.
Oh, yeah.
Because everybody deserves some love.
Oh yeah, that's what I was talking about. We were playing ping pong. I was wearing Bizz.
Yep. There was big Bizz. Oh, all right. I like this part too. Crook was in it with us. Remember Crook?
Yeah.
Crook
I just saw
Corleone.
Crook the other day.
Did you?
Renaissance coming through.
Yo, trust and believe, you know what I'm saying? A chance like this only comes once in a lifetime. We're gonna make some noise. On the count of three, we're gonna say, ah! 1, 2, 3.
I'll tell you, somebody who's inspirational and can get anybody pumped up, that's AO. And when he gets people going, shooting movies and videos and stuff, he gets you amped up and ready to do it. And that definitely showcased that for sure.
His energy is just on a different level. It's almost not human.
Yeah. He is on his own level. And even when he's performing live and he's just all over the place, and give that boy a wireless microphone and you might find him in Rochester.
Right.
You never know. You never know.
Imagine what would happen to him and Todd in the same room together. Imagine the genius they'd probably come up with.
Yeah.
Be some sick shit right
Yeah, that would be some stuff. AO's super talented. Todd as well. Got a lot of good stuff. Surrounded by a lot of talent. Yeah. And this gentleman to my right over here is definitely in that category. You are the Renaissance man. You are. That's where we wrote that song from. Because of you.
Yeah.
Mandry, you got anything you'd like to plug before we get out of here?
Anything I want to plug.
You got any events coming up that you want to talk about?
Well, he's going to be part of the Grub and Gab.
You're going to be a part of the Grub and Gab. That's June 26th. We'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah.
But you got anything you need to plug? Or
got
plug?
that, or doing these events with Covey. It's going to be a pretty regular series every month. I've actually got a spot now at the Thinkubator. I've got a desk down there. So
do you?
Yeah. If you ever want to come out and check things out over there, they've got a podcast set up. I'd be happy to have a little meeting, that kind of thing. But
I would love to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Miller's doing his Rust Belt podcast too, and I've been checking it out.
Miller's the man.
Ryan Miller is a huge gem in this town, people. I love
God
that
for
dude.
him. Yeah.
We're lucky we have him in this town.
Very much.
Yep. I agree.
Very much.
That was my PSA for the day.
Yeah, I'm trying to think about any. Oh, today's my niece's birthday, Cameron.
Oh, happy birthday, Cameron.
Yeah, absolutely. She was born half an hour before my birthday, and we both battle because usually my parents are either down there or up here for one of our birthdays, so we get upset at each other about it because she stole my birthday technically, but whatever. Just take all the wind out of my sails. But no, she's awesome. She's a little drummer. She plays the drums.
How old is she?
She is 5.
Oh, wow.
Yep. And
It goes by so quick.
So crazy, man.
Yeah.
But she always gets props from her teachers for drumming in class and that kind of thing. And
Uncle Chris.
the classes. Yeah, Uncle
Chris taught her.
Yeah, so
well, happy birthday,
props to
Cam.
her, and I can't really think of anything else. Super stoked for all the Saranac stuff and all the Lakeview stuff this year.
Yeah.
Lots of
You going to Slayer?
Hell yeah, dude. I bought 7 $20 tickets, 6 or 7 $20 tickets. So I'll be going to as many as I can, and then any Saranac event I love to go and support and do what I can.
Yeah.
But
some great shows at Saranac this year too.
Yeah.
Good stuff, man. Excellent.
Appreciate it.
We
dude.
should all
Love
go.
being
We
on
should
there.
go to Slayer together. We should all make that a thing.
That'd be cool.
Maybe try to rent a bus or something. We should do a D
Oh
bus.
my
We got a little time to
God.
plan
A
it.
bus
maybe.
of Slayer fans.
Oh my God.
Fiber bus? Yeah.
Somebody's jumping off the top.
It would be a lot easier though if we all rolled together, just because of the parking, and
Yeah.
they got to figure that out over there. But I guess it hasn't been too good with the parking situation at Lakeview.
Yeah.
But other than that, the shows have been great.
They should boat people in.
And the view is awesome, too.
Yes.
When that sunset's going down at night, you would never even think the sun's going down over a contaminated lake.
Right, yeah,
You know?
exactly.
You think, oh, my God, this is beautiful.
You see Blinky from The Simpsons splash out, come back in.
No, it is cool, though. Lakeview Amphitheater, they're doing big things. And a lot of rock shows this year, too.
Yeah.
But it's a little bit of everything.
It's
Got a little
weird
bit of
because
everything.
last year they didn't have a lot of rock shows.
Right.
It was mostly like country, and then this year they just bam. all
But they
rock
got
shows.
some country, too. They got something for every. Kenny Chesney was just recently there. And last night, Imagine Dragons played there.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah.
Big
So there's
stuff.
a little something for everybody, but the rock really starts hitting in July and August. They got
Yeah.
the K-Rockathon coming up with Zombie and Manson.
Got tickets to both days.
And then Avenged Sevenfold.
Avenged Sevenfold, Rise Against.
Was
it's
it
weird.
Korn part of that? Korn and Rob Zombie?
No, Rob Zombie and Marilyn Manson.
Yeah, Zombie and
second
Manson.
day. And then Rise Against, Avenged Sevenfold, and someone else the first day.
What I'm upset about, because Prophets of Rage is on tour with Avenged Sevenfold all summer long.
Oh,
And that's like the only date that they're not doing. Or maybe they'll announce it at another time, but
Right.
as of right now, yeah, they're on
Great.
Prophets of Rage. Come on.
I got
Would
it. I
love
got to
to
see
see
that.
that.
You see, I'm waiting for Ozzy.
Ozzy's
I got tickets to
September
Ozzy.
1st.
Tickets to that.
Yeah, there's a lot of great shows. Shinedown's playing, Breaking Benjamin's playing, and then on top of all the other great
Godsmack.
stuff.
311 and Offspring.
311, that's the other one I want to go.
Never seen Offspring. Super pumped for that.
And that's a Sunday, too. It's a Sunday.
I listened to Smash. There's one of the first CD I ever bought.
Oh, yeah?
Actually, it was Green Day Dookie, Smash by the Offspring, then White Zombie, Astral Creep 2000 when I was 9 years old.
Devin Mahoney is saying, my mom loves Imagine Dragons.
He said Prophets at the Uptown. Nice.
Prophets at the Uptown would be ridiculous.
Yeah.
That would be ridiculous. Insane. That would be a lot of fun. I seen them 2 years ago in Camden, New Jersey.
Nice.
Wow, what a show. What
I
a show.
gotta
That
see
show made me feel like I was a kid again. You know, I'm spoiled. You know that when it comes to shows and concerts and working in the industry.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't get excited to see concerts anymore. But that and we were 5 rows away,
Mm-hmm.
right in the front row, singing Killing in the Name of and all these Rage Against the Machine, Public Enemy, and Cypress Hill songs with everybody. Oh, my God, it was awesome.
That's so
Felt like I
sick.
was in high school again.
I got to see them.
You have to, bro. You have to check out that
I've
show.
seen Rage 3 times, I think.
Have you?
Yeah. Saw them at Woodstock 99, which was crazy.
I'm there too.
First time I saw real boobs. that weren't scribbly on Channel 72.
Scrambled porn.
Yeah, there and a couple Rikers Randall's Island, one other place too. But yeah,
right on, Mandry.
Oh yeah, man.
Cool. Well, thanks for coming, man. I love you, buddy. Happy birthday.
I love you too, man. Thanks for having me, Chicken.
Happy birthday.
Pleasure, man. You guys are looking great.
You got to come back anytime. You know that. You got an open door. Come back, hang out. You bring me taziki sauce anytime you want.
Yeah, man. I'll make some weird shit. And
what are you doing for your birthday? Any party?
Yeah, he's going to Whitechapel.
Yeah, well, going to Whitechapel.
Yeah, but that's that. But he's going to, you know him. He's got to have like.
He said he was going to work and then he was going to Whitechapel.
Yeah, I got that. Might do a little. Yeah, I might do a little smart. I've been talking, might get some brisket, some local brisket, smoke some brisket.
Okay.
From a local farm, you know.
That's a process. You need a good brisket. It's slow and steady, baby.
Yep.
Slow and steady. You throw that in for like a good 14, 15 hours, then you're good.
Yep.
So you don't think you could just microwave it?
Yeah. Well, all right. So maybe brisket some other time.
He's going to put it in his bowl and no.
There you go.
That's how I
smoke some brisket. Gravity biscuit.
Yes. Before we get out of here, I do got to mention our Grub and Gab one more time at Old Baby's Restaurant, sandwich shop, if you will, 4126 Oneida Street in New Hartford, right at the border of New Hartford and Utica. That's all going down Tuesday, June 26th, 5 o'clock. We're looking for some competitors in this eating contest that we got going on. We're going to be setting the bar for the Goliath Challenge, which is like a triple-size sandwich. It's huge, and a basket of fries, and a 40 and a 2-liter. You get a choice between the 40 or 2-liter. That's what you got to get. We're setting the bar because we don't know what the bar is at. They were doing it at a half hour. A half hour is probably not long enough. So we're going to figure out what the time is Tuesday, June 26th at Old Baby's.
And you bring the 40.
You have to bring the 40.
You have to bring the 40.
Right. You have to bring the 40. It's a big old triple-size sandwich. It's going to be huge with all the toppings and so much stuff. And the winner gets a golden ticket from Old Baby's. So that's a sandwich a month for a year, as well as we're going to give them a couple tickets to get the let out at the Saranac Brewery August 10th.
Cannot wait for that. Love that.
Yeah, great. We just had them at Paper Mill. Destroyed it.
Oh.
Destroyed it. They're an amazing band. If you like Led Zeppelin, you're going to love Get the Let Out. Also, you get your picture on the wall at Old Baby's, which is the spot is already there. It's empty.
Nice.
So you're going to be the very first. You're setting the bar. You're going to be the first person on the wall. You get a bunch of accolades. You'll probably get a T-shirt and a whole bunch of stuff. It's all going down Tuesday, June 26th. Come on down, 5 o'clock. The D will be on hand. We got our DJs on hand, DJ East One, games, prizes. We got a whole bunch of stuff going on. So we're also going to be raising money for one of her employees who has stage 4 cancer. So come on down. It's for a good cause, and you get to eat your face off. And you get to hang out with the D, hang out outside. We're going to have a good time. We got a bunch of ideas and things up our sleeves that we're going to be doing for our very first Grub and Gab Tuesday, June 26th. I hope you guys can make it out. It's going to be a great time. I would love to see a lot of friends down there. Karen's wishing you a happy birthday.
Thank you.
Thank you. Happy birthday, buddy.
All right.
I want to remind everybody they can listen to this podcast and previous podcasts of EC Radio and all the great content that we have here on the D at DisruptionNetwork.net.
Before I forget, I'm part of the Catalyst group. It's a young professional group in Utica. I'm a member of the steering committee, and we're holding an event on, I want to say, July 24th. It's a Catalyst Be Local barbecue up at Woodland Brewery. It's going to be awesome. I want to say $15 gets you a drink and some food and a night of fun. There's going to be games, all kind of stuff, so make sure you come check that out.
Cool. Woodland's a great place, too.
Yeah.
Great beer.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Good folks.
Awesome beer. Also, like us on Facebook. You can follow Disruption Network on Instagram and Twitter and all the social media platforms.
You can like me in person.
And you can like Mandry in person if you want. That's up to you. I'm trying to dig up who I got for tomorrow. I can't remember who I got for tomorrow.
Where do they find Pink Schneider?
You can go ahead and put in Pink Schneider in the old YouTube, and
you're
going to get something.
Pink Schneider's out there.
Yeah. He likes to pop up every now and then.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the next thing's. Fishbone's actually going to be on the 311 cruise this year.
Oh, wow.
But I don't know if I'm going to. I've been debating if I'm going to do it or not because I've been getting things have been getting a little crazy. I might go in a different direction.
I think Pink Schneider needs to do the eating competition.
Ooh. Well, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. That could be fun.
It's going to be Brown Schneider, probably.
Tomorrow's guest on EC Radio, my buddy Mark Doherty coming in from Urban Grow. We're going to be talking a lot about marijuana tomorrow. I'm pretty excited. It's usually my favorite topic.
Something I know something about.
And then on Thursday, world traveler and author Adam Spirlozzi going to be joining us,
Nice.
and he's got some interesting stories. You would want to tune in on Thursday and hear of all the crazy stuff Adam
He's got
puts
a book
himself
out.
through. Yeah, I think he's got several books out.
Kids in town because his house might be destroyed by lava.
He got evacuated because of the volcanoes in Hawaii.
Damn.
He lives right there on like the foothills of the volcanoes.
Jesus.
And he got evacuated. So he came back to Utica, and he probably has everything gone.
Oh, that's all the way.
So we'll talk to him on Thursday and see what's up, and hopefully he's good. And I know he's been working since he's been here. So
I mean, what are they going to do with the property afterwards? You know what I mean? Like
ash.
So
It turns into ash. You can't
but
do
I mean,
anything.
you still have the land if you own it. That's
Right,
crazy.
good call. Or do
you get to like
you settle
keep
that through the insurance? Like your insurance
Do you
just
have
pays it
volcano
off.
insurance?
I'm sure you do.
There's a
They're
lot.
Hawaii,
You've got a
I'm sure.
lot of good
Gotta.
questions for him. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a
Well, God
shame
bless
what
him
happened,
that he's here and he's okay.
Yeah. Yep. We'll talk to him on Thursday and see what's up with that. Mandry, thanks again, buddy. Love you. I'll see you soon. We'll see you tomorrow for EC Radio. See ya.
You know what the hell you're listening to? It's EC Radio.
A generation of lost masculinity, and we got to start getting it back. No matter if you're straight or gay, no matter if you stick it in the front or you stick it in the rear. For the love of our sons, we've got to stick it in there like a man.
EC Radio.
The Property Sisters of the Mohawk Valley was born when 3 top producing agents with over 25 years of combined experience selling real estate joined forces to take real estate to the next level. We practice with honesty, integrity, and the knowledge to help make the buying and selling process easy and stress-free for all of our clients. We pledge to always make our clients our top priority from start to finish and even after the house is closed. We will always be a valued resource for information and assistance for our buyers and sellers. Our customers over the years have become not only past clients, but great friends. As we join hands together as the Property Sisters of the Mohawk Valley, we look forward to serving our clients and our community and making a positive difference. You can reach us at 315-601-9630 for all of your real estate needs.
Hi, this is attorney Nick Pasalacqua. The team of attorneys I have assembled at Pasalacqua & Associates has been carefully hand-picked to include the best trial attorneys in the particular areas of the law that we practice. Have you been charged with DWI or any other crime? Members of our team include former assistant district attorneys, now fighting to protect your rights 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Have you or someone you love been seriously injured in a motor vehicle accident? Members of the team at Pasalacqua & Associates include former insurance defense attorneys, now fighting to ensure that you get every penny you're entitled to. If you need legal help quick, don't waste your time or money calling anyone else. Remember, for legal help quick, you better call Nick and the team at Pasalacqua & Associates. 315-500-NICK or 315-500-6425 or visit cnytriallaw.com today.